last days. Yeah, yeah. For what is the flesh? Without the spirit, there's no best. Yeah, yeah. We live in the West, where the sins equal death. See, my earthly body doesn't mean nothing. I'll die for it if it means something. In this world, it's just long suffering. He sent his son because he loved me. I'm serious. People out
Hey, what's up? What's up? So I'm finally doing it. I finally broke down and I'm making a study on the Gentiles, okay? And this is going to be a touchy subject. It's been a hot topic in the Israelite community lately. I think Dante Fortson really has done great work in regards to Gentile lineage and just lineage in general. He's got some really strong studies and articles, and especially with the Gentiles. So I think that was one of the first articles I read from him. So I definitely recommend going and checking out some of his studies on the Gentiles. He's done a great job for a long time. So I'm going to start in Genesis 10, okay? It's the table of nations, right? And it's just breaking down lineage here. And I'm going to start in verse 2, okay? So the sons of Japheth, right? So the sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tiras. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had 7 kids, or 7 sons at least. And here, verse 3, it says, the sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. Okay, so we know the sons of Gomer. Then verse 4, the sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodani. Okay, verse 5, from these the coastland peoples of the Gentiles were separated into their lands, everyone according to his language, according to their families, into their nations. Okay, so something interesting that sticks out to me immediately is notice that we have the sons of Gomer and we also have the sons of Javan. Okay, so Gomer appears to be the firstborn of Japheth here, and then Javan was the 4th son. Okay, so out of his 7 sons, we only have 2 that are mentioning their children. So it's just interesting. Then in verse 5, from these the coastland peoples of the Gentiles were separated into their lands, everyone according to his language, according to their families, into their nations. So this term Gentiles is already showing up in Genesis 10 and is directly associated to the sons of Japheth. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at Blue Letter because we're looking at this term, okay, that comes up, considered Gentiles, so Strong's H1471, okay, and notice it comes up at the end, after their families and their nations, okay. There's a dual meaning in regards to this term, so that's the first thing. But here we just saw it comes up in Genesis 10:5. And then it comes up Genesis 10:20 talking about the sons of Ham. These are the sons of Ham. Okay, but notice it doesn't mention Gentiles according to the sons of Ham. Just that they were divided into their nations. Okay, the nations of Ham. But the Gentiles are not according to Ham. Okay, so Genesis 10:31. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. Okay, whose nations? The nations of Shem. Okay, so these are lineage-based terms here. Okay, notice that it's even broken down according to lineage, right? The children of Japheth, the Gentiles are associated to the children of Japheth, the sons of Ham, we have their breakdown, and then the sons of Shem, and there's a breakdown for them from the beginning, okay? And if we're talking about the sons of Noah, we haven't even gotten to Abraham, right? We haven't gotten to Jacob, which means we haven't gotten to his sons. So at this point, we have this term Gentiles coming up before Hebrew Israelites even exist. So I hope that makes sense, that immediately there's already separation between Israelites and this term Gentiles. Okay? And also, Israelites are children of Shem, right? But no Gentiles came from the children of Shem. They only came from the children of Japheth. And of the children of Japheth, we saw that the children of two of his sons specifically are mentioned, the sons of Gomer and the sons of Japheth. Okay? So here it's saying that from these, okay? So from which ones? From the sons of Gomer and the sons of Japheth. From these, the coastland peoples of the Gentiles were separated into their lands. So the Gentiles, or at least the coastland peoples of the Gentiles, okay, are being specifically associated to the children of Javan and the children of Gomer, okay? And it makes more sense, especially when it says the coastland peoples, because we'll see that Javan, his territory and inheritance, okay, inheritance of land, his land is a bunch of the islands in the Mediterranean. Okay, so we actually find this out in Jubilees 9. Okay, so I'm in Jubilees 9. I'm just going to start in verse 7. Okay, it says, and Japheth also divided the land of his inheritance amongst his sons. Okay, so this is a breakdown. I tried to show this in my Comic Hebrew series. Okay, ends up going over, I think it started Jubilees 10. So I think in that series you see Jubilees 10, 11, and 12. And for those that don't know, the Comic Hebrew series, starting from Jubilees 10 through 12, and then Genesis 13 through 17, reading that you hear is exactly according to Scripture, according to the NKJV. Okay? So, just for anybody that didn't realize that, for those Comic Hebrew series episodes, they are exactly according to Scripture. Okay, so verse 7. Okay, so Japheth divided the land of his inheritance among his sons, and the first portion came forth for Gomer to the east from the north side to the river Tina. And in the north there came forth for Magog all the inner portions of the north, until it reaches to the sea of Maad. And for Madai came forth as his portion, that he should possess from the west of his two brothers to the islands, and to the coasts of the islands. Okay, so Madai has something to do with islands, but his name wasn't mentioned regarding his sons, okay, according to the coastlands of the Gentiles. Verse 10, and for Javan came forth the fourth portion, every island and the islands which are towards the border of Lud. Okay, so if we take a look at a map breakdown, okay, and I'm just going to start with this because it's very general. So the J stands for Japheth. Okay, this is the territory of Japheth, and this entire territory is broken down according to his 7 sons. Okay, and the same for Shem. This is Shem's territory. Okay, this is according to my own interpretation of Jubilees 8 and 9. Okay, and then Ham, his inheritance for his sons is the majority of Africa. Okay, and basically my interpretation of Jubilees 8 and 9 is that the boundary between Ham and Shem is the Nile River. Okay, and I'm sure that, especially if you haven't already checked out my geography series, maybe this could be jarring for you. But I break all this down and the details, how I came to these conclusions in that series. So if you're interested in that, go check out my geography series and you'll see how I came to these conclusions. Okay. But essentially, all the children of Ham should be in his territory. All the children of Shem should be in his territory. And all the children of Japheth should be in his territory. And for the most part, that's how things started with human population growth. Okay. Just to note, but I would consider the actual land of Egypt, of Mitzrayim, to be on the left side of the Nile. Okay. So according to my own interpretation of what is being said, I don't think the land of Mitzrayim was ever to the right of the Nile River. The details in regarding to my conclusions on geography, go check out my series. Okay, so we at least have a general understanding of the territory of the sons of Noah here. Okay, so again, the majority of Africa is Ham's inheritance. Okay, the middle of the earth is Shem's inheritance. Okay, including this portion of East Africa, and then the northern territory, so all of Europe, and then a large part of Asia is the inheritance for Japheth and his children. Okay, and so even closer breakdown regarding Japheth's children. This is what I would consider Gomer's land is. This is what I consider Magog, Madai. I would consider Meshach probably somewhere up here in what we would consider the UK today. And then Javan is here, Tubal's down here. Tiras is, I would consider, I think, 1, 2, 3. I think there's another, maybe it's behind this I from Madai. But there's like these 4 large islands in this area. And then, so Javan, when it talks about all those little islands, and it says close to Lud, okay? So I would consider Asia Minor here, okay? All these mountains, the mountains of Lud, okay? So all these islands would be close to where I would consider Lud is, okay? And so notice that a lot of people associate Javan to what we would consider Greeks today, okay? And it's right next to, where Greece is. So it's definitely consistent. So all this I'm bringing all this up to bring clarity to who the Gentiles are, and I feel like it's already pointing to a certain people. All right, like essentially what we would call Europeans today, indigenous Europeans. That's what appears, scripture is considering Gentiles. Okay. And I brought this up before, in my studies. I've had this understanding for a while now, but I haven't actually done a study on it until now.